At a glance, CommonLit is a 501c3 educational literacy nonprofit based in Washington, D.C. We've created over 2,500 English and Spanish reading and writing lessons for students in grades 3 through 12. We currently have over 22 million registered teachers and students on our platform and serve 7 million users per month. 75% of the schools using our program qualify for Title I support. In June of this year, we launched our free and open full-year curriculum that serves students in grades 6 through 10. When you visit our website, you can navigate over to the Browse Content tab and click on the new 360 curriculum in the drop-down menu. This will lead you to the CommonLit 360 landing page, which will give you more information about our curriculum. When you click into a unit, you will see the unit overview page, which will give you more information about the theme and skills covered. You'll also have the option to download everything, which will be the unit guide, slide decks, lessons, and activities. Now it's time to look at the lesson and materials. In this particular unit, there are 21 total assignments, and as you scroll down the page, you can learn about each assignment and download materials as you go. This is a completely digital curriculum, meaning that students can complete all activities online. However, if a teacher prefers to have a physical copy or there is limited technology, we do offer the option to print for most of our lessons. This is what a typical lesson on CommonLit 360 looks like. The student will see the lesson overview, which will go into more detail about the theme of the text and reason for reading it and vocabulary that they will learn. Students can click next at the bottom of the page or use the arrows in the top right corner to go to the next part of the lesson. Now you'll see the reading passage. Given that our platform is completely digital, we are constantly adding and improving the accessibility tools on our website. Students have the option to change the font size and translate the material in 36 different languages. There is also a read aloud feature that can be used for struggling readers. We've also built in an annotation tool that allows teachers and students to annotate in real time. Teachers are able to view all of these annotations and they can reply to their students. Throughout the text, you'll see indicators of where we think you should read as a class, where you see whole class reading, and individually, which should be titled independent reading. Multiple choice and discussion questions are at the end of various paragraphs, and these are here to test student comprehension as they read along. Finally, in the last part of the lesson, you will see that students will be completing assessment questions. We've also incorporated a quick reflection at the end, which will just kind of ask students about their initial reactions to the lesson. Teachers have the option of turning on or off most of these features based on the needs of their class or individual students. With every assessment, teachers have access to real-time data that gives them the opportunity to learn more about where their students are struggling or excelling. One question we frequently get from other EdTech organizations, supporters, and teachers is, why do we publish all of our resources under an open license? Our mission is to serve high poverty, under-resourced schools. Over 75% of the schools using CommonLit are Title I. So it has been core to our mission every step of the way that resources are always free and open in order to serve these communities. As an open educational resource, we had to think through how we'd like to license our content to make it as accessible as possible to our educators. We license all of our educational materials under the CC BY NC SA 4.0 license. This means that all of our lesson components and CommonLit created original content may be reused, remixed, revised, and redistributed for non-commercial use. And though we are an open educational resource, some of the reading passages in our library are third-party licensed texts, which are subject to copyright. However, despite this, the lesson components, such as our assessment questions, discussion questions, vocabulary, and more, that are associated with these reading passages are CC licensed and can still be flexibly reused. That makes us a multi-license platform. To the average user, that wouldn't matter, but to teachers who are interested in using our content off of our website, attention to licenses is important. In 2018, we took a step back in order to conduct a thorough evaluation of how our lessons are used and what impact we are having on target students. There are many findings, but one that stood out was Common Lit lessons work. The more Common Lit lessons students complete, the better they do over time, as measured by Common Lit assessments and validated high-stake state assessments. Through this effectiveness report, we realized that our supplemental lessons alone were not enough to keep teachers and students using our platform for all of their English language arts needs. From there, we decided to develop the comprehensive, free, digitally native, full course English language arts curriculum, Common Lit 360, which you had the opportunity to review earlier. And this curriculum includes everything that teachers need day to day, such as the reading content, lessons, the assessments, activities, and more. Our full year curriculum was 3 years in the making. 50 schools across the nation piloted our curriculum in their classrooms and provided feedback as they went along. Educators also have the support of our coaching team along the way, as they observed classes and surveyed teacher and student experiences. The overall response was positive. Teachers were excited about it because we designed it with the notion in mind that there isn't a one size fits all when it comes to curriculum. Flexibility is key. Before creating Common Lit 360, our team did some research. Existing OER in the K-12 space consisted mainly of PDF worksheets. This made it harder to make changes to the resources in a seamless way. There was no platform to make these materials interactive, and there is a lack of versatility. So what makes Common Lit OER stand out? Our platform is highly interactive and our curriculum is digitally native with an option to download PDFs if needed. We encourage the use of our platform in order to complete lessons because it gives students and teachers real-time feedback with built-in accessibility and accessibility tools and such to cater to every learner. We also provide the opportunity for teachers to customize lessons through our platform to fit their classroom needs, which makes it very flexible. Many schools and even states became heavily reliant on OER during the pandemic because they had to quickly come up with a solution for hybrid learning. At Common Lit, we had hundreds of schools and even states reaching out to us to help them come up with flexibly licensed resources that could be printed off and distributed or assigned digitally for free. Before the pandemic, we were serving around 10 million users, but since the pandemic, we have doubled to over 22 million. Given the high demand for OER early in the pandemic, we distributed a survey to our teachers that was answered by over 15,000 K-12 educators, and we asked them what their greatest need was. The top answers were high quality, free and openly licensed materials, teacher training resources, and social emotional learning supports for kids. We addressed all of these needs by creating special distance learning units, new digital professional learning modules that could be completed online, and lessons for kids built around themes like resiliency, goal setting, and overcoming adversity. Common Lit 360 came shortly after that. With the rollout of our new curriculum and the amount of new content that is being added to our website every day, we are prepared to support our teachers and students in various ways. We rely on our community to tell us what their OER needs are and desires as well, so that we can continue refining our platform and improving the lives of educators and students. Thank you for listening. If you're interested in learning more about Common Lit, check out the resources attached. You're also welcome to reach out to us anytime at info@commonlit.org. Thank you.